Hey YouTube, this is your friendly Florida realtor, Ayana, and I'm coming to you with, what I hope to be somewhat of a connection between me and the internet. As you all know, if you are on the internet, people can share some of their most deepest, darkest experiences, secrets, life's journeys. Some people it works and some it doesn't. For me, I have been battling almost in my head with how much do I want to share on the internet and what do I want to share on the internet. This page is beauty, health, and wealth. And I want to start a series where I take you on my real estate journey. It has been a very bumpy ride, and you'll see some videos previously from when I started this journey. And I've never had the confidence to share some of the things that I have been going through. And, I'm over it now. And I want to talk to you more about real estate. A lot of people have told me that real estate was something that they wanted to get into. So I want to start from the beginning when I got my license. If you do not know, Florida was completely an unexpected move for me. I just had been fed up with my hometown and decided to put my resume out into the country and see who called back. And oddly enough, Florida called twice. So I took the job. Long story short, I quickly realized that being a teacher, a single teacher in Florida, was not going to be able to afford a lifestyle that I wanted to live. To go from Pennsylvania to Florida, the cost of living triples. In today's economy, quadruples. So I quickly got on to the fact that unless I did something different, I was not going to be able to afford to stay here. And I was thinking about what else I would do with my life, what else I would do with my time, how else I was going to consider making money. And in all honesty, it was between makeup and real estate. I was already into makeup. I had bought a lot of makeup from YouTube. And I don't know if I wanted to do it as a service, but I just knew that I was into the beauty industry. And then for real estate, I was actually thumbing through Instagram one day and I saw a picture of a condo. And the question read, how much would the commission be for this condo? And I started to read the comments and I was like, wow, real estate is a lucrative business. And I always felt like I wanted to do something where my work ethic would reap, the benefits financially. Sometimes you could work so hard for a job and you give it 110%. Sometimes you give it everything you got. And when your paycheck doesn't change and then the people around you don't appreciate that 110% that you give, they just keep giving you more to do. You kind of get burnt out fast and you realize that you are being undervalued and unappreciated. And well, that's at least how I felt. Okay. If you can relate, then you are going to continue watching this video to the end. So I went out. I was just driving down the street one day. I couldn't even read the brokerage name. All I saw was real estate. I pulled over. I went into the brokerage at the time and I said, what do I have to do to be a realtor, right? He gave me his business card. We had a nice conversation. And the business card actually gave me a discount on school. I went to school. I passed my school license. I passed my state license. And officially, I was a realtor, right? Wrong. I'm not lying to you, but there was definitely a lot more. And I noticed that a lot of influencers, life coaches, they leave out the part that counts, right? The part that says, oh, it was not that easy for you, or it was not that easy for me, that there's a lot of life that happens and you have to persevere and be determined about what it is that you want. So let me backtrack. From the time that that gentleman gave me his business card and told me everything that I needed to do, I quit my job. I started another part-time job. Then I realized that the part-time job didn't have any like future where I can afford where I live. I had to get another teaching job, but this time I was in public school. And that is something that I never wanted to do. I never wanted to be a public school teacher because I know what that system is like. And that is a part of why I had the business venture that I had previously, because I was trying to give children something that was not being given in a public school. I digress. So I'm having anxiety about going to a public school. I am now moving from one county to another. Okay, I'm moving 45 minutes from where I am, and I pretty much don't even know, my way around blocks this way and blocks that way. But I found another place to live. I found another job, and I actually had to finish school in the other county. Luckily, the Gold Coast is where I went to school at. They have branches in all of South Florida. So I was able to go to a branch in the county that I recently moved to, but this posed a problem. It posed a couple of problems. First and foremost, now my attention is all over the place. I have a job, a part-time job, moving, dog, like it was a lot. And with all of that going on, I can honestly say that I didn't pass my test the first time. I didn't. I had to go back and study. I had to go into teacher mode and realize what kind of test it was. And it's not necessarily a hard test when you know how to study. It's a tricky test for anybody. So sometimes they're not testing you on what it is that you know. They are making sure that you know what you know beyond a reasonable doubt. For me, it wasn't a hard test. Like, I don't understand this stuff. I understood everything that I learned. But the way that the questions were given, they presented a little bit of like a tricky type of deal. I was determined that no matter if it was going to be 2 times, 5 times, however many times I needed to take that test, I was going to take it and get my license. And that I did. So another problem opens up. Now I have this license, but I can't work for the man who helped me get my license because he's back in Miami, and now I'm all the way down, up. I keep forgetting. I'm all the way up here in Broward. So he actually referred me to another brokerage under the same name, just in a different city, which brings up my very first point. Well, second, actually. My first point is you have to be determined to be an agent. By any means necessary, once you start it, you have to see it to the end. Okay? The second thing is brokerages. I thought that real estate was a job. You go to school, you get your license, you go to work at this brokerage. They have all of these people that want to buy a house, and according to, whatever, they assign you these people, and you either close the deal or you don't. That's what I thought it was. And if you thought it was that, wipe that from your brain, because it is absolutely nothing like that. When finding a brokerage And I can tell you this now from a place of understanding, whereas before I held off on content because I was still figuring it out. Whenever you are looking for a brokerage, you are looking for a group of friends. I know that sounds crazy, but you are looking for people who share your same work ethic, share some of your same values, maybe even your religious and political beliefs. Even though you shouldn't know those things, you sometimes find out by hearing people's conversations, etc., etc. A brokerage supports you and makes sure that you are equipped to do your job. They have a system in place, and they are saying that if you follow this system, then you will be successful. However, if you sign up to a brokerage that doesn't value training, or and that's to say they don't value it, but they may recruit people who just are already familiar with the business and they don't necessarily need it because you're bored, and that's a whole nother conversation. They have trainings available for you, some for free and some you have to pay, but they have it for you. So you're looking for a group of friends, people that you can get along with, people that you can count on, people that you can call when you're in a bind, people who will support you, people who will fill you in on things that you do not know. And when you first start out, you done took this test, you done took these classes, and guess what? You know absolutely nothing, right? Because it's just like getting a degree. Getting my bachelor's degree did not prepare me for the classroom. The classroom built me up to be a teacher. And so the same thing goes for real estate. Real estate didn't prepare me to sell houses. It put a lot of knowledge in my head. But the actual process, you have to just get in it. I haven't sold a house yet, but I do transactions through people who want to rent, right? So even in rentals, I'm talking, I'm interviewing, I'm showing people properties. These are all steps that will prepare me to be able to successfully and confidently close on a house. And some brokerages will discourage you from doing rentals. And if you can graduate from school, hop off the porch and go into sales, kudos, you all that in a bag of chips. You also have to take into account the fact that I became a realtor in a new state. So I didn't even know people who I would sell the houses to. I just saw that post and it was like a 6-figure commission. And I was like, ouch, sign me up. The next thing is real estate is a business and it's your business. So if you have had jobs all of your life and never started a business, thought about starting a business, it can be challenging. For me, even though I had started a business, I still had like a fear because with my other businesses that I've started in the past, whether it be photography or the school, I always had something else, right? I always had another job. I always had, multiple jobs. I might have 2 jobs and do photography on the weekends and summers. I might teach in the day, do therapeutic support in the evening, and then on the weekends and summer vacations, I had my own business. But I had never just jumped out and full-time went into entrepreneur until now, right? Because you rely on that check that comes every, week, 2 weeks. So walking away from the job that gives you a paycheck routine, it's a scary thing. And it was scary for me. And I didn't even realize that I was scared until I did it. Like before, I was just like, okay, I'm new. I don't know a whole lot of people, so I'm gonna teach. And then at night, I'm gonna pass out business cards. I'm gonna talk to people, blah, blah, blah. And it always failed. They would give me a lead. And at the time, the leads would come through my phone. And every time they would come through my phone, I would be teaching. It would be, after school tutoring, or something would be going on to where I couldn't catch the call. So I was never able to, unless it was like the weekend or something like that, I wasn't able to capture those leads. And I'm sure I just lost quite a few dollars, lost money, because I was afraid. I was afraid of just full-time entrepreneurship. You might ask, what about now, or what's different now? What's different now is that with inflation and already the cost of living, I don't have a choice. The job doesn't afford it. I'm in a position where I can work my way up to those 7-figure properties where, I can sell a house and breathe, versus in the beginning, every day you're doing something every day, every single day, finding a friendly brokerage, somebody that's going to support you, overcoming fear, and planning or deciding that this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ride it until the wheels fall off. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to keep on doing it, and keep on and keep on and keep on until I can't do it anymore. That's overcoming the fear of entrepreneurship. So once you overcome that fear, there's skill sets that you have to obtain. You either have to learn them, or you have to already come prepared with them. And the first one is time management, because there's no broker telling you what to do. You can ask to be held accountable, but that comes along with having a brokerage that's friendly and supportive. Because I remember when the gentleman connected me with the other branch, and I'm never going to use names of brokerages, but when he connected me to the brokerage in the other county, I showed up to my first day of work, and everybody was just walking around. Nobody talked to me. They might have said hi, but nobody was talking to me or interacting, or they just was doing whatever it is they do. And at that particular time, I didn't know what that was. I had no idea what was going on. I had to basically figure it out. I ended up having actually a racial moment with that brokerage. We were out looking at these condos. They were newly built condos in Boca Raton, and the penthouse, and they had a pool rooftop. It was beautiful. And they had a nice spread for us. And I was sharp. Makeup, similar, hair, twisted, done, beautiful dress, shoes. And one of the other agents and his wife were they were approaching the table with all the spread or whatever. And I was opening up a bottle of wine, because I'm punctual. I'm normally always the first person to arrive. So I was opening a bottle of wine, and he kind of just was like, pour me a glass when you're done. It was kind of aggressive. It wasn't like a, hey, is that red? I'll have a glass of that, or can you pass me that when you're done? It was like, pour me a glass when you finished. And I'm looking like I'm an agent, right? I knew what that statement was. I received it, and I just simply said, I'm an agent, right? And he apologized, and I made light of it, and I think I complimented his shoes or something like that. But I realized that I was misplaced. I was not supposed to be there. I almost quit, to be honest. I almost quit and decided that real estate wasn't for me because I was just lost, and it's expensive. It's expensive. So there was an agency that was close to where I live. It was actually in walking distance. And one day I walked down and I sat down with the broker, and he was like, I'll give this and I'll do that and I'll help you with this and I'll help you with that. And he sounded like a shark, right? And I was like, yeah, I need to learn from a shark. I need to learn from him because he's been in this for a while and he's successful and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I can just come down here and I can do floor hours. And floor hours are you go to your office, you sit, you answer the phone. If they ask for an agent, you transfer the call. If they don't have an agent, it's yours, right? You get to keep it. So I would do that, but I really wasn't getting many floor deals. And then life was still happening for me because now public school is starting to affect my health. My stress is high, and I didn't even realize that it was affecting my body, but it was. And I was just like stuck between a rock and a hard place, where the rock is real estate and the hard place is teaching. And I'm in the middle because this one pays the bills, but this one could pay all the bills and then some. I just don't know how to do it. I can't figure it out, right? But I'm determined. I'm resilient. I'm a persevere. I'm persistent. I'm going to figure this out because I invested my time, my money, my energy. I took some losses to get to it. It was just so much that I did to become an agent that it was like I couldn't just give up on it. So I was there. I got my, first couple deals doing rentals, and the worst thing happened. You listen, but you don't catch on to everything until it happens. I closed this rental. I turn in all my paperwork. I'm waiting for my check. The envelope comes to my hand. I open it up. I look at it. It says $0.00. Zero? What? And I look, oh wow, they took it for like some real estate fees. They took my check. I didn't get a heads up. I didn't get a note. I didn't get a kite, nothing. They just took it and had the audacity to waste a tree branch and hand me a piece of paper that said $0.00. Yeah, it's time to go. We leaving here. Peace. Can't stay here because I don't make money for you to just take the whole thing. Taxes from the other check was enough. You're not gonna rob me. I quit again, y'all. In my head, like I quit again. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't afford this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way. Signed up, went back to teaching. Now I'm like, okay, I went from teaching 5th grade. Now I'm teaching middle school. And I know a lot of people will say middle school is so tough. I like middle school kids. I like all kids, but I particularly like it whenever they get older because you can talk to them a different kind of way. And even if they don't listen to you, off the rip, that something went in there, and they'll remember a year from now, 5 years from now, whatever. They will remember because they're listening. But at the same token, there's all this life happening. Their friends and hormones and all of this other stuff is going on, so they don't appear to listen to you the way they really are. Okay, they are. But it's the system The system always kills me. They overwork you, they underpay you, they ignore you, they push you out. You know, I'm getting kids from Honduras, haven't been in America a whole full 30 days. They come into my classroom and can't speak a lick of English, and there's no manual. They're not telling you what to do and how to do it and blah, 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 blah. You have to figure out a way to teach English, and you're a social studies teacher or a math teacher, but you still are obligated to teach these kids. And it's like, without the support, it's hard. It's very much hard. It's very much stressful, and I know that there's a better way to do it, but I'm no longer Miss Tennant, Executive Director of Virtuous Academy. I am now Iona Tennant with a bachelor's degree who lives in the state of Florida. Okay, so the system, this time, I knew that the system was affecting me. I got hospitalized. I had to go, blood pressure whoosh, through the roof. Vision jacked up, body shut down, stomach issues. Like, I don't even know what's wrong with me until I get to the hospital, and then they, start poking and taking temperatures and pressures and all of that. And now they're like, wow, this is high stress. You can't stress yourself out like this, blah, blah, blah. But it's a part of the job if you care. Unfortunately, there are a lot of teachers who go to collect a check because in their head, they're not going to let the job kill them. And I get it. But I personally just can't see myself not loving a child as if they were my own. Because if it were my child, I would want the teacher to be the same way. So I say I'm not coming back, right? I tell the school I'm not coming back, and COVID happens. Now I have COVID to deal with. I can't go out and show people houses. I can't go, I have to wear a mask everywhere I go. As a matter of fact, in the beginning, we quarantined. So I'm in the house, and I'm going through life. Life is kicking my ass. The damn dog died. He's my best friend and my protection because, if they see you with the dog, they're not going to bother you with the dog. And he dies, and now I'm just like all alone, and I'm dealing with me because now I'm not, this job, that school, this school. I'm literally in the house by myself with my thoughts, and I'm like going through it. So the whole year, well, actually I did. I got another job, and this job was like selling home security systems. It was like located right in the back. It shut down. COVID shut it down because I'm selling home security systems, right? But if we're all in quarantine, they don't need home security systems. So people are canceling their home security systems because they're at home and they don't know how long this whole COVID thing is going to last. So the business goes out of business. And I had a minor setback. I had to step back and kind of figure out my next move. And that wasn't easy. That was actually very, very hard to do. I had to regroup and figure out what it is I was going to do. But I could not afford to go into real estate full time at that particular time. So I went back into teaching. And honestly, I gotta say, once I go back into teaching, I kind of quit real estate again. I quit because I'm like, I'm a teacher. I'm so good at this, and I effortlessly do it. Kids love me. I love the kids, Everybody deals with stress, but that's not how you're supposed to be on a job. You're not supposed to feel like you're losing your mind and you're losing who you are. And the only time that you can kind of take care of yourself is whenever they give you a holiday, when your holiday is meant to be celebrated with your family and friends, but you use it to go to doctor's appointments and pay for different types of things and do errands and stuff that you don't want to call out of work for. But I went back into teaching and I was going to stay there. I really and truly was. I got sicker than I did at the previous school. This time when I got sick, I lost a bunch of weight. I couldn't really move. Instacart had to bring me my food. Cooking it was a whole nother obstacle. I'm here by myself. I don't have anybody to call to bring me this, that, and the third. I feel like my hair got thinner. Now I'm on 3 medications and the medication is making me feel worse, and I couldn't come back. So now I'm in a place where I feel like I had a really good year with teaching. I took on some additional responsibilities to get some additional income, and God just positioned me in a place where I can do better for myself. And from going from broker to broker to broker, I am going front. I'm like a serial broker. I'm a serial broker, because if I felt like you didn't care about my safety, or you didn't care about my training, or you had something against my skin, it's the deuces. Or if I've been working for you for 2-3 months and I haven't made any money, I gotta go. So I take all of those skill sets that I have from being an entrepreneur previously, and now I'm adding it to this particular brokerage. But let me give you one more story before I go, because this is a lot. And please comment down below if you made it this far. Comment down below and let me know what else you would like to know about real estate. Ask me questions. I'll answer them. If you want to see a certain video, let me know and I'll do it. All right. So once I got my health back on track, because I really did. I had to start going to the gym. I had to change my eating to get off of this medication, all of this stuff. I had to do a lot in order to get my mental in a good space. I go on Indeed first because I don't even know what I'm looking for. I don't know if I'm looking for a job in the beauty industry, or if I'm looking for a job that deals with real estate but might not be an agent, so that I could get some on the job training type stuff. I don't know. I'm just on Indeed. I put professional in there. They kind of know the type of stuff I look for, and I'm scrolling and I find a brokerage, and the description was are you struggling? Do you need this? We offer this, we offer that, we offer this, we offer that, we offer this, we offer that. And so I applied. I got a phone call the next day or 2 days, whatever. I get on the phone, I'm talking to the sales rep. The sales rep is finessing the hell out of me. Oh yeah, girl, we're going to do this for you, and you're going to have a mentor, and you're going to have all the leads you can handle, and we have great leads, and you can make this amount of money in your first 30 days, and let's get you signed up. Okay. I signed up, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. And more wrong. And more wrong. And I'm asking for help. And I'm asking. They gave me a 26-year-old mentor. 26? Huh? A 26-year-old nothing can mentor me. You are not at a place where I want to be. Say I'm being like closed-minded or whatever, but when I think of mentor, I think of somebody that has been on every level that I aspire to be on and has reached a certain level. If I want to be a singer, I'm not going to go to the 26-year-old still doing covers. I want to holler at Mary J. Blige, for those of you who fall short. I want to talk to somebody who has sold out arenas. That's the type of mentor that I want. And then when I did call her, she was lost. She helped me like with some type of wire transfer type of thing. Come to find out, I lost the whole deal. Lost it. And the woman was horrible. Not the 26-year-old. She stopped answering. But the broker, nasty mouth. She threatened me to try to ruin my reputation because I left a bad review. I'm calling this person. I'm calling that person. I can't get any help. I just closed the deal. And now you're telling me that you don't accept rentals. It was just so much. And then I switched offices. Because it was like a big franchise type thing. I switched offices and it appeared that the conversation was had, right? So the new branch is not taking me seriously. I'm asking questions and the response is, email help. Help take 4 days or 2 days to get back to you, and you needed the answer within the next 15 minutes. It was just the worst experience. I didn't have bad brokers. I just had brokers that didn't fit my personality. This last one before I found the blessing, it was bad. It was horrible. They robbed me. When I finally did close another deal, they took more than 50% of my pay. I was hurt. I was mad. I'm still frustrated. I kind of want to leave another review because I deleted it. I deleted the review because the guy called me and he finessed me. I can't front. He finessed me. He tried to make it like he really cared and he was my friend, but he was really just trying to get that review off, and it worked because I had switched my number for this company. I changed my email for this company. I did so much jumping through hoops in order to get aligned with their mission and with their program for it to all, just come crumbling down. I chose to go to that other office because in my head, it was just that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like dealing with a clerk at Mac. It may just be the clerk because it's not Mac. Mac is bomb, right? Sometimes Mac just don't filter out everybody that they hire. That person doesn't represent the brand. They just represent that branch, that store. And you just gotta, go to another branch. Go to another one. So I thought, but it's the same. In certain systems like schools, it starts at the head. And when the head is corrupt, everything else just kind of trickles down, right? So with brokers, everything that glitters isn't gold, and they'll offer you the world because they want you to sign up because they take your money even if you don't sell anything. So I was paying $100 a month, and they wasn't giving me what they promised that they would give me, and I wasn't making any money. I actually went out and hustled up my own deals, and to have them take more than half of it, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. But God shows up, right? I mean, he's been there the whole time. However, there was a networking event, and I found it on my board, the board website. I found it. It was like 50 minutes away from me. It was far. And I was like a little depressed in the house. going through some things mentally in my head, because life never stops happening. Life been lifing us forever, but especially during these pandemic years. And I said, I just need to get out. I'm gonna get out and then meet somebody. I might meet a friend. I might meet a mortgage broker. I might meet a lender. I might just meet a friend, somebody that's another agent that lives by me, and we can be cool. I didn't know. I went and I met a lot of people that, gave me their business cards. We talked. They offered to help, support, whether it be through their business or through their experience. And then there was one gentleman who not only offered to help me, but that very next day he sent me a networking membership thing. It's like a networking consortium or whatever, and they have these networking events once a month, and he just like shared it with me. And I called him and we talked, and he seemed to not only catch on to my personality, but there were a couple of other things that he had mentioned about his brokerage that really caught my attention. And I'm going to share those with you just in case it's something that you want to listen to. He's not necessarily a competing broker, right? Meaning that he has the time and energy to invest into a new agent like myself to help me get my business off the ground, and not so much focus with 10 of his own deals. And sometimes brokers do that. They're still out here selling, buying houses, and not to say that they're not supposed to, but if you're not available to help your agents, that's not a good look for everybody. There's some people can go into real estate and not need the help. They just like natural born sharks or something. I don't know. The second thing that he said was that he could tell that I needed a mentor, somebody to just kind of help me along. And I did, because I was not seeing the big picture of real estate. I just was like, just every day putting my best foot forward to do it. Like, I understood the process that I had to go through, but to meet the people, to market my brand, to get, those types of things were not made clear to me. Two of the brokers that I had kind of wanted to stick me in rentals and keep me there. And this particular broker is like not shunning me away from rentals, but also educating me on how to get buyers and sellers as well. But fast forward, our conversation was so good that, I feel like I sold him on the idea of taking me on as an agent. And it encouraged me to do this video. That now I feel like this is a good foundation in the next 6 months to a year to look back at this video and realize how much I've grown. It's going to be a good thing, and hopefully I can encourage somebody else that was looking to be an agent. If you want to be an agent here in South Florida, definitely call me. I can connect you with the brokerage where I'm at. I'm not like, oh, he's mine now. No. I feel like he has a wealth of knowledge that he can share with up and coming agents, and I would definitely love to connect somebody who has felt anything like any part of this video, and get you in a good place. The last thing I just want to add is just that it's a character thing. So you got to have a strong work ethic. You have to have your own time management. You have to have social skills. You have to be able to walk up and introduce yourself to people. You have to be able to take a no, be cursed out and not take it personal. You know, there's different types of things that you encounter, and the way you communicate is definitely going to be key to persevere, because you're going to get a lot of kickback. You know, things going to kick back, and you got to keep moving forward. So perseverance, and just be determined. It is definitely a plus to be an agent in your hometown where you are born and raised, because you already have a sphere, or you already have a group of people that can either use your business or refer you out to somebody else. And if you're like me and you're just looking for something different to do with your life, and you possess, some of the character traits in order to be a real estate agent, and it interests you, I don't care where you are, you can just start. We got the internet now. You're connected to the World Wide Web. So somebody that you might not know today, you can meet them tomorrow through the internet. And I'm one of them. So I'm going to leave all of my social media links down below. I would love for you to follow me. Again, please leave a comment below, ask a question, make a comment, a suggestion. I feel really good about this brokerage. I feel really good about being back in Miami. If you are not already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment below asking me a question or making a suggestion about something else that you would like to see on my channel, which again is geared towards beauty, health, and wealth. So this is your girl Yana saying see ya when I see ya. Peace.